execution.
No, ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
I know I'm late to the party on this one, but it is what it is at this point. So Stephen A. Solitaire Smith named his top 5 point guards a couple days ago, right? And on that list, he listed Magic Johnson. Everybody with a workable brain and reasonable brain should put Magic Johnson as number 1. Stephen Curry, number 2. I really don't think Stephen Curry is a point guard. More of that combo guard, shooting guard, but whatever. Number 3 was Isaiah Thomas. That's correct. Number 4 was Jason Kidd. I don't think Jason Kidd gets enough respect. Jason Kidd not only give you about 10 assists a game, he also will get rebounds and not score and impact the game in that way, you know. But that's just, I guess, lost in time now because people just forget what Jason Kidd was in the 2000s. Probably one of the top point guards of the 2000s next to Steve Nash and people like that. And then number 5 was Chris Paul. His explanation for putting Chris Paul in there was pretty much this. Led the league in assists on several occasions. He is one of the all-time great facilitators, controls pace, controls tempo, and leader, knows everybody's job, everybody's accountability. And I guess he justified that tough decision to make. He had to choose, I guess, between Gary Payton and Chris Paul for the 5th spot. Okay, why even Gary Payton? Not to say Gary Payton was no slouch, but why Gary Payton? His reason for Jason Kidd was, I guess he said, do you see this, brother? Without a jump shot, you couldn't stop him. You can talk about a fast break, Lord have mercy. Watch this brother push the ball up the court. You can see the passes that he made. Richard Jefferson was relevant because of Jason Kidd. J. Kidd was something special to behold, and by the way, a champion even as he gotten older. That's pretty much on cue. Isaiah Thomas, he said Michael Jordan got him as the 2nd, I got him as the 3rd, but damn it, the greatest little point guard in history of basketball. 2-time champion, national champion. The brother is something special. He was Kyrie before Kyrie and the Bad Boys Pistons. Even with all those Rough Riders leaders, he was clearly the unquestionable leader. His explanation for Stephen Curry, the greatest shooter God has ever seen, but Magic pointed out, get up on earlier this morning, the ball handling and the passing skills, this brother sets it up. And here's the thing, the impact is what it comes down to. The other thing about Curry, it doesn't really impact the game as far as like setting up and passing and all that, but whatever. And I don't think you need an explanation for Magic Johnson being number 1. Like I said, if you don't have Magic Johnson on your list, then you are a P for brain. And then who was on the show? He's talking to Magic, I guess. Magic was on ESPN on First Take. And it said Magic Johnson could hold back his laughter while watching Stephen A. Smith animated antics, but by the end of the analyst segment, the Lakers legend shared his reaction to the list. And he said, it's a great list, no question about it. You don't have to change the thing. It's just 2 guys. When I look, my boy from Utah, John Stockton, he's right there, Steve Nash. I'm not saying change. I'm just saying add those 2 guys. Wow. Damn. It's just screw Oscar Robertson, huh? Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. So, a lot of people who have commented on this top 5 list from Stephen A. Smith, a lot of them pointed out that people like John Stockton was missing. Some people might even say Steve Nash. But Oscar Robertson is just whatever. Now, okay, let's look at Oscar Robertson right quick. for the kids who don't know who Oscar Robertson is, because they slowly trying to get rid of him. And this fool's still out and about watching games and everything at age 86. I think he's been at the finals too. We'll look at the accolades of one Oscar Robertson. Let's look at it. NBA champion in 1971 with the Milwaukee Bucks, MVP in 1964, 12-time All-Star, 3-time All-Star Game MVP, 9-time All-NBA First Team, 2-time All-NBA Second Team, Rookie of the Year, led the league in assists 6 times in the 60s, part of the 35th, 50th, 75th anniversary. He did a lot of things in college. 3-time National College Basketball Player of the Year, 3-time consistent first team All-American, 3-time NBA scoring champion, 3 first-time All-MVC. Now, he did not average over 10 assists per game, but averaged 9.5 assists a game. And not only did he get 9.5 assists per game, he also got 7.5 rebounds and 25 points. Yeah, he was 6'5". I get it. Basketball Hall of Fame, FIBA Hall of Fame, College Hall of Fame. But he has done something only 2 players today are playing. I messed that up. He's only done something that 2 players today are only doing. And most people know what that is. I can't believe they forgot what Oscar Robertson did. That is crazy to me. That's crazy to me. Oh, let's just list that in 1962 he became the first player ever in the history of the league to average a triple-double for a season. Something, like I said, only 2 people are doing now. Well, I should say not do it now, but have done it, that's still in the league. And Westbrook and Nikola Jokic. Crazy, man. Crazy how they forget that. Do everything. Maybe not so much shoot as well as Stephen Curry. But pretty much do everything. Control the pace of the game and everything. Get rebounds. Basically doing what Russell Westbrook could do. But probably a little bit better. But since he played in the 60s, he gets no respect. I don't get it, but I get it. I get it because they don't teach nothing. They don't teach nothing to these guys anymore. They don't. The man was, in his rookie season, almost averaged a triple-double in his rookie season. 30 points a game, 10 rebounds, 9.7 assists. That was his rookie season. He was doing that. There was no slow development. In 1961-62 season, he had 41 triple-doubles. That record stood until Westbrook kicked him off with 42 in the 16-17 season. Broke Bob Cousy's assist record. Only player in NBA history at a height of 6'5" and smaller to grab 900 rebounds in a season. Only people that did that at the time was Johnny Green, and the one great late Elgin Baylor. Changed the tide. That's how great he was. When he was traded, not so much traded, but when he went from the Cincinnati Royals, now Sacramento Kings, to the Milwaukee Bucks, that was the final piece in the straw. Just changed that team into a winner. Should have got 2 rings, but they lost in 74. Was it 74? 73. I always get the years mixed up when they went back to the finals against the Celtics when they was playing in the West. But should have won that year. But we ain't gonna talk about that. That's a story for a different day. Oscar Robertson had 2 rings with the Bucks, but it is what it is at this point. Man gets no respect at all. But it's Stephen A. Smith's list, fine, whatever. Oscar Robertson to me, is the number 2 point guard of all time, behind Magic. Simply because Magic, of course, got 4 more rings than him. But that's why I put Oscar Robertson at number 2. I put him before Stephen Curry. Some people might put Isaiah Thomas before Oscar Robertson, but put him before Stephen Curry. And of course, Chris Paul. Don't get me wrong. Chris Paul, especially during his prime. Not so much now because he pretty much this past season he was quiet because he was on the Spurs. But I think he played all 82 games this season at age 38, 39 too. But Chris Paul during his prime was legit. Now he wasn't maybe the best defender, but I think he led the league in the steals a couple of times, if I'm not wrong. At 6 foot, maybe. Pretty much controlled the tempo for the Hornets at the time. I'm just saying during his prime. The Hornets and the Clippers. Changed the tie for the Houston Rockets. If it wasn't for him having a hamstring injury in Game 7 in 2018, they probably would have got to the finals and probably could have won it all that year. So I think they was better than the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2018. Changed the tie for the local basketball team and the Phoenix Suns. Made them helped them get into the finals. Now that he's starting to get older, it's not. I think he's helped improve the Spurs just a tiny bit this past season. I think the Spurs have won 20 games for the last 2 seasons each. And I think they won more than 20 games this past season. So he a little bit helped out. A little bit. Golden State, yeah. We ain't gonna talk about what happened in Golden State. But yeah, Chris Paul is a legit point guard. It will be a Hall of Famer when it's all said and done, no doubt. But he has a history of choking. We all know this. And he's ringless. Sorry. And he just didn't do the things that Oscar Robertson did. So for him to pass like I said, Stephen A. Smith's list, but for Stephen A. Smith just to forget about Oscar Robertson, it's egregious. They didn't even consider him. Consider Gary Payton, and even Magic Johnson even said John Stockton and Steve Nash. I'm ashamed of Magic Johnson. I'm ashamed. I don't know. I saw this headline. I don't know what it was about, but I saw this headline a couple of days ago with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar calling out Magic Johnson for something, but I didn't look into it. Maybe it was because of this. I don't know. Because Kareem would know more than Magic Johnson, of course, because Kareem played with Oscar Robertson. It was the reason why he got his first ring in Milwaukee. So I think that's what that was about, but Kareem would know better than anybody else. So, yeah. Stephen A. Solitaire Smith is just not the analyst that everybody thinks he is. The fact that he got caught red-handed in 16K playing solitaire when he's supposed to be paying attention to the finals game should tell you everything you need to know.